What's up, guys? Back again, bringing you a video today talking about the overlord of mucus. Woohoo, scary. This bridge right here, notorious for being probably one of the worst floating bridges I've ever used. If you guys, you can't really understand how heavy this thing is. I mean, this thing is a solid chunk of metal. I mean, it's it's scary, but today we're going to crack into it, demystify it, see what lies inside. Is it just a horribly built bridge, or is it a portal straight to hell itself? We're going to find out. Actually, to be honest with you guys, I'm like terrified to actually tear this thing apart because I don't know what to expect when we get inside this thing, but I haven't seen a video of anybody tearing down this bridge except for verbally. I haven't seen anybody actually take one apart, so let's get started. If you look on the side here, this Allen screw here, this is what's going to release your saddles so that you can intonate it. Similar and akin to the Steinberger, however, this is like, I don't know, worse. It's like Steinberger, but worse. That's what the sales pitch for this should be. Steinberger, but worse. So taking out this screw here is what will release all of your saddles. And it's just a horrible design. I mean, think about having to, if you move one, they're so packed in here that if you try to intonate this, you're going to end up moving this one. It's just a really, really awful design. I don't know who made this bridge or who stole it from Steinberger. But these are your saddles. You can see there. Bad. And this is like, you know, I don't really know what kind. This is, I want to say steel, but it's so heavy it feels like cast iron. And I have no idea what these little Allen screws on top are for. No idea at all. But we will get into it in a second. We've got 2 screws here. We've got 3 screws up there, and then 2 screws down here. I mean, this is, I don't know why they needed to put so many screws into this thing. I'm just hoping this thing doesn't explode when I open it up. Keep in mind, I have not taken this apart yet. This is the first initial try. Better have the emergency room on speed dial when this thing explodes. So those 2 are out, which seems like it just keeps the casing on top. These here must go to the tuners. I know that the tuners are like a screw with a spring over it, which going counterclockwise lets this come out, and you put the ball under the string in there, and then you tighten it back up and it pulls it back in. It's a really simple design. Problem is, if you release it too far and the screw comes out, then you have to try to thread it back into this thing, which is another horrible design. I don't know who thought of this thing. I don't know, maybe they didn't like people. I think maybe it was just somebody that didn't like people. Maybe they had a passion for hating guitarists. Maybe it was a bass player or a drummer. Hard to say. But we are going to crack into this here. I'm waiting for this thing just to fall apart into about 500 pieces. These things like this are usually way over-engineered. When you have this many screws in it, kind of tells you something. You're screwed. Okay, I can already feel the part slide off. So this is what I was talking about. You have your screw with a spring over it. Wow, those are thick. I never thought it was that thick. That is crazy. I wonder if these can just pop out. Yep, this just pops out, and you can see what I was talking about. When you're tightening this and loosening it, what can happen is you can actually pop the screw entirely out of this thing, and if that happens, like, this is still going to be stuck inside the bridge, and you're going to have to get it back in there and retighten it. Man, look at how much metal they waste. I mean, I thought this was like, literally I thought it was like that thin, like just that thin. Man, that's a lot of metal wasted. And then they put these garbage little O-rings on the back here. It's terrible. See if I can take this off and show you guys. They need like a higher quality ring on this. See, this is not like even rubberized. This is just like plastic. This is terrible. And that crushes. See, you can see it's already been crushed. And what happens when it crushes is it's not, and you try to tighten it again, it just, over time, this is going to break and you're just going to be grinding metal against metal. Really cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. Yeah, that's awful. Not good. And these here, again, I mean, why do we have to make these such a... Is that plastic? Wow, that almost feels like it's plastic. And it has like these... Oh, that's just for the raise the action. So that was that. I have no idea what this thing is. It's got a screw in it. Let's unscrew it. Come on, unscrew it. This is... Maybe that's just to adjust the tension or something. God, so many weird things in this bridge. What does that even do? Wow. I have no idea what that even does. But it's there for a reason. We got more screws here. Let's take these out and see what's left. These are just the posts that sit on the blades that sit on the posts, I mean. Oh, those are just like screws to nowhere. Like, hey, let's put more screws in here that do nothing. Oh, I think these are if you want to change the blades out. Because, you know, you're going to be whamming this thing into eternity, right? I'm pretty sure this thing would self-destruct before you ever wear the blades out. Yeah. These are the blades that go on the post. Well, you know, if you get lost in the woods and you have your guitar with you, you could like put that on a stick and like spearfish something. It's kind of scary. Yeah, that's what it is. It's to, if you want replacement blades. This one's really stuck in there. Well, yep, that's what it is. Boy, that looks crappy down in there. I wonder if I could just pop that out. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, there's the other one. Both of these blades. Well, you know, I guess if you kept the whammy long enough before everything else destroyed itself and needed new blades, now you know how to do it. I still wish I knew what these things here... What is this? Well, that was where the saddles were. Man, this thing is just... I have no idea who engineered this thing. What does that do? There's like a little ball bearing in there. Wow, that is odd. They put some type of ball bearing in there, and then the Allen screw kind of holds it in there. Why? That is the strangest thing. Look at, there's like a little BB in there. What is this for? Man, I do not understand this. Is this for the whammy bar? It might be for the whammy bar because it holds, it might be like the bearing snaps against the whammy bar. I think that's what it is, now that I think about it. I think that bearing is just in there to snap against the whammy bar. That's probably what it is. Very strange design, but I guess effective. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The bearing just snaps against the whammy bar when it goes in there, and it's on right-sided or left-sided. Huh. All the markings from the machining. Still wish I knew what this thing was for. I have no idea. And then your gargantuan spring in there that could double as a shock absorber spring. Wow. Fascinating how terribly designed that is. Anyways, guys, we didn't open a portal to hell, but we definitely got to see a terribly designed bridge. All that metal wasted. That's a wonder this thing is so heavy. Look at these pieces right here. I mean, that's a good chunk of metal right there. Well, there it is. The Overlord of Mucus. One of the worst bridges I've ever laid my hands on. I have to go wash my hands. Wash all the bad engineering off it. Anyways, guys, questions, comments, leave them below. Talk to you soon.